Okay, so like what brought you to like some of these choices when it comes to the main deck? Because I see you're running like in terms of like the main deck monsters, it's 3 shrouded. It's like the standard package. Did you like the 2 Cartesia, 2 Quem? Did you like the Magnuma? If you want to talk about some of
Yeah,
your main
bro.
deck
I
choices.
don't, I don't believe, I don't believe in more normal summons, bro. Like, I think two Cartesia is perfect, bro. Like, there's times where like, I missed the third, but I feel like I'm not playing triple sword here, so like, it's not needed. And then remember, you can access it whenever, like via like Quem or like fusion, like you'll find a way to get to it. Like end phase, Titanic clad Quem send Cartesia, or like opening Quem and then into Cartesia. Like there's so many ways to get to it. You could always search it off like spirits. I I liked it. And I like the Ecclesia, especially with the 3 super polys. Because you get to fall into Valbez and then you super poly, no effect. And then you make Mirror Jade. I think I'm gonna cut the Masquerade or put the Masquerade in the side and put the second Jade though. Like that was my mistake.
You missed the second Jade that came up.
Yeah, like it made a game extra long and it shouldn't have.
That's some standard. That makes sense. That usually happens with that card.
Yeah, that's the homie, bro. Like if he goes, everything goes kaboom, bro. And like that's what I was using it. And I really like Banishment too, man. Banishment is so good, bro. Like you just nuke everything with Jade and then end phase Albion set Banishment and then you just do it again.
Yeah, so like
It's
did you like the main deck banishment with the Blazing Branded King? How like were
Yeah,
those coming
bro.
up?
I
Yeah.
I I I love the Banishment, bro. Like there was a time where he the cash Fiendsmith player, he made Typhon and like I knew he was gonna go for that, so I purposely set up the Banishment so like I could just Banishment it away. Like and like I hard opened it. Also, one thing that came up too is with with Quem, you can send a Quem. So you can just like set up banishment that way. And then every single time too that I grasped, banishment was there. Banishment was there to just be there with retribution and then add it back.
Oh.
So then you'll
Yeah.
be able to like have that resource. Yeah.
That's really
I
nice.
I don't know. I'm a fond of one tragedy too.
Would you ever go to 2
I know.
Retribution? I've been seeing some builds in the OCG with 2
Yeah, I
Retribution.
I I I noticed that, but I don't know. I don't want to brick on more traps. Like I would personally play the second kit before I play another retribution.
Yeah, that maybe might be a thing you could consider for the future. I know that was something considering. And
Yeah.
so you weren't so you're okay with the 1 Saronir, 1 Magnum, but you didn't miss like 3 Saronir?
No, I didn't, because I didn't play the triple Cartesia. Like
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. I opened up playable every time except like one time, but when that one time happened, like I just like reverse clapbacked him. But I feel like I don't know. You just gotta play the deck to the T, because uh like all the traps that I was playing, like they carried me, like all those traps.
So yeah, Imperm was really nice for you overall, plus the super poly. Like,
Yeah,
would you ever run any other hand traps in combination with Imperm? Because that's something we were seeing in other.
I was thinking about Ash Blossom actually for Fuwalos, and like Fuwalos is just it's a good card, bro. You need to respect it. I think Ash going like second or even first is decent. But see, the problem with Ash Blossom is it's not a light in the dark. That's the only thing that I don't like about Ash Blossom. Like if there was an Ash Blossom that was a light and dark monster, I might run it, but I don't know. It's a card that we have to test, because those new Purrely and Fuwalos are very strong cards, especially like if you open up Cartesia and like you're forced to special summon if they have Purrely, or yeah, Ash Blossom maybe. But it's testing, bro. You know, I'm always been a fan of like more combo based.
Yeah, for sure. We love the 60 card goo that you always end up bringing through, of course. And, um, I'm trying to think if there's anything else in the main deck. I mean, I guess talk about grass maybe for a minute if you want to. Like, how do you feel? Because like
Yeah.
this has been a thing I've seen like through my channel since grass got legalized. Like people being like either grass is good or grass is bad. Like, how do you feel? Like, was grass good for you overall? Like,
Yeah.
keep running grass.
Grass, yeah, grass. Always remember, grass gets you to like brand diffusion plus more, or that plus like additional resources. Cause what makes grass so strong in like my variant is like at end phase, like I was able to end phase add Cartesia, add back Ecclesia the Virtuous, add back Blazing, add back High Spirits, and like you have that card advantage for like Super Poly, Fallen of Albaz pitches, and uh I don't know. I like those cards like that. You get the resource in hand every time. Like that's why grass is like really strong. You're able to like get more than a +1 with grass. Like that card should always be a staple in Brandon. And like I showed you a lot of lists where like that's all they play is grass, bro, with Brandon.
Yeah, dude, like that was we were doing like a grass counter before. It was like 80% of the OCG lists were just grass lists essentially. I think that's like I don't want to say that's not. I just think if people were experimenting more with the grass list, we'd maybe see more like things happening with branded. And also I do want to say because this upcoming format with branded, I feel like we have a lot better of a shot. Like this should be mentioned because of the fact that like Ryziel and Mouse coming in the meta starts like filtering out some of the downsides of this current format for branded, such as like people maining impulse and shifter because like want to shifter Malice and Ryziel particularly. So like so these cards should start theoretically being filtered out, which like hurt our decks, which means like branded automatically gets better. We can talk about changes that you'd make after, but in terms of did you I guess the finalized like board breaker package, I saw you like the 2 talents. Is that's kind of interesting? Is that something you'd stick with
Yeah,
or
everyone's playing. I kind of want to play 3, but like talents is one of those cards where like if it's not usable, you'll pitch it with like Lubellion or Find a Way. Um, but it was so good, man. Like I took Protos, bro. I took Protos against Ritual Beast and I called Wind. Like that's just the certified G moment. I always like talents, like especially right now. Like you can purposely have your opponent like activate a card like during the main phase. Like if you like instead of like draw phase opening, you wait until like main phase and then you opening. And everyone's like on Mourner and Veiler, bro. Everyone's on that. So like if you catch them doing that, that's fine. They'll imperm the Aluber, that's cool. But you draw 2 cards and those cards like will get you there. That's that's how I feel about it. Or
yeah.
even the hand rip, like the hand rip, like you what you can do is you like hand check someone, and then after that you could just like talents like a hand, and then you activate branded fusion. Like you just hand trap check, and then it'll get you there. That's what I do a lot. That's why I like talents.
Yeah, so I would say also with I guess we could go to the extra and side deck. How did you Lad was really good for you. I mean, I see that's like kind of like I see like Lad and
Yeah,
Masquerade, like how are those?
I like them. I like them both, but you can probably side the Masquerade. I only played it cause of banishment. I just wanted the utility over like Quartz, cause most of the time Quartz gets summoned off Grangio, but you want like an extra like Despian like fusion, and it was there. Vlad staple, man. Like you can probably play like Jade or something like if you really wanted over the second Jade, and maybe Chaos over the Chimera because I saw Galzo was doing that. But I don't know. I wish we had like a 20 card extra deck, man.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
Yeah.
there's so many cards that I want to fit for like the 16th, 17th, 18th card. It makes me want to like side deck like 3 extra deck cards sometimes. But I think you made, like as good as concessions as you could have. And before the second Jade is something you'd put in over like the Masquerade and maybe just side the
Yeah, you
Masquerade or
can side
something.
the Masquerade because Masquerade is always gonna be like staple in your deck. Like it's just one of those cards where like it's either that or the Performapal card, that people were playing. the Gatling gun guy just to burn, but you need that. It's just part of the game where like, uh if there's 5 minutes left, you have to go for Masquerade and you win. And like to be fair, like most decks like kind of have to pay like half their life to combo off just to get rid of Masquerade, which is kind of absurd.
Did you like the side deck? I see some spicy options. We could just go, I guess, left to right. Like, how did you like Uka,
Yeah,
and like explain your reasoning going back to Uka, which was a card that
yeah,
people used in Fiendsmith format last?
yeah. Shout outs to Nats.
Mhm.
We started playing Uka, man. Uka was insane because everyone's on the Fiendsmith cards. People like follow that trend, and like more than half my locals were all playing Fiendsmith cards. So I like it, and it's also a time card. And it's just one of those cards where like you if they summon from deck, even in like a mirror match, like they could summon Cartesia from deck or Quem from deck. You could like Uka. It's just versatile. Like there's a lot of like nice things. Like everyone summons like a light monster from their deck. Like well, at
Everybody
least right
does,
now
yeah.
in this meta.
Yeah. Or a
Yeah,
dark, maybe,
so
even
it's
like if you go against some random card deck like Orcus that just topped the YCS. So
yeah, last twice, yeah. Yeah, you can play Bortor or whatever, the little dragon. That would be interesting. You could summon tragedy, but
oh yeah,
it
yeah, you
was
actually have to run the
yeah,
Brotar. Yeah, 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 I forgot. So uh
yeah, you can.
and Gizmek's cool because you can use it on your own turn too, which is kind of neat because a lot of the time sometimes that can happen too. So that's good to hear. So you'd keep that in there. I do see the one Lancia. Did that come up at all for you, or is that kind of getting in
Yeah, I
ready
just
for
I just
Malice?
I just kept it in there for my boy, bro. Like he plays Ritual Beast, bro. Like we need to just have it there. That's the only reason why. Shout out to my boy McMasters. Hold this Lancia for me, brother.
Yeah, so it looks like that worked out for you there since you played Ritual
Yeah.
Beast in the
Also,
finals.
also one thing too is I have to mention this is going second, going first, like you can side Lancian because they're gonna try to like gimmick puppet them, and then you could just Lancia the Bestial. It's like another Mercurier. It stops evenly match. Also like it's neat versus Rescue Ace because they have to banish like to summon the turbulence. Yeah. Just small things like that.
Okay, and then the other spicy thing in here, I mean, there's a lot of spicy stuff as per usual, but the exchange. So tell me
Oh
how
yeah.
this worked out for you, because this is a card from
Oh man.
like 1999.
Dude. Hey yo, man, those are from the original Game Boy, bro. Nah. They were insane. I like Exchange because like that's one way to play around Impulse and Ash. And that's like the third time. Like I've played it 3 times at locals, and at least every time that I draw it, like I always get an Ash Blossom, and like I always use it against my opponent. And then I give them a Despian card or a combo piece. It doesn't matter, because you're playing 3 of each anyways. And then what you can do too is you can like set talents or set like super poly or something like that, or even like imperm, and then exchange, and then it just makes it better because like first of all, you have hand knowledge about what they have. They won't know what you set. You give them monsters, and like now you can adjust your board or like make lad on their turn, so okay, they're cooked. They're not gonna be able to play under lad. Like that's 3 negates that they have to. Plus they already like it's really hard for decks to play versus that. And like you need something for Ash and Impulse and like exchanges, and and the other card that I tested out was Salesman. It works the same way for Impulse or Dominus, because those cards are like, at least in my locals, they're being played a lot, and I played that.
Did you so did you because I like the exchange idea too, especially because you take the interruption. So like you're getting rid of the
Yeah,
interruption and then you're also like adding it, because if you take an impulse, you can just set it and you don't get locked.
said it. Yeah,
So that's really
yeah, it's
smart.
it's so good. I haven't take pulses, but I've taken ashes, like, and it's just good to use it against your opponent, cause like you're gonna have to ash the OSS, or you're gonna have to ash the Requiem. Like it's so good. I like exchange.
Did you like
Shoot,
the one of
that card
Salesman?
maybe moving forward might be like the ooh man.
Okay. Yeah, no, I would definitely try that out, guys, because I think like the one guy on the Team Vegas YCS, he like went like 7-1 or 7-2 or something. And unfortunately didn't make top cut because his teammates, like one of his teammates were like X7, but like that was the last time we saw exchange and branded, and I think like that was a really good choice then in like beginning of Snake Eye format. It can definitely be a really good one now, especially to just because like you aren't running Nadir, but Exchange essentially does the thing Nadir does almost, but cutting out the middleman. So I kind
Yeah.
of like that. And
Yeah, you don't have to dedicate your extra deck to Nadir Servant. And like Brandon needs like every 15 cards in their extra deck, man. Exchange is good also because you have knowledge of like what your opponent has in their hand too. So like you'll be able to establish your fields to like beat their hand. Like you won't do it all the time, but it gives you a higher chance. Like, oh man. And like every time I resolve exchange versus different people, they're just baffled, man. It's great.
it's like a deep sea minstrel for us almost. Like deep sea minstrel, it's not even, it's just the
Yeah,
hand knowledge almost. That's the good part about it.
yeah, yeah. Oh man, it's the goo, man.
Yeah, no, would you ever run Star Source over Chimera? Yes, sir, gaming asked in the chat.
Uh, yes and no. I need to test more with it, cause Chimera, like the good thing about Chimera is it draws you cards, it draws you and one thing that you can't take away from Chimera is that it's 3300. 3300 with Despian Quartus is like almost game with like
Yeah.
so like that's one big thing. Like I really like the little star guy though. He's really good. It's just like I need to test it more. Like I need more scenarios.
Would you main 2 grass if Konami decides to semi-limit it? And
Oh
also,
yeah, bro.
yeah, I think that's
Please.
a straight up yes.
Dude, man. I can't wait for the day to for grass to come back, bro.
Yeah, no, we get to
Yeah.
get
I got my
on with it.
QCR openings today, bro. I'm like so hyped, man.
That's awesome. Yeah, you have one of the nicest looking branded decks, so gotta get it Euro, dude.
Yeah.
Or gotta get the openings Euro.
I'll give you this one, bro. I'll give you this one. No, turn on the camera, bro. I got you, bro. This one's for you. This one's for you, homie.
Oh shit. Oh my gosh. Holy. That is a branded opening if
That's
I've ever seen one. Oh my
that's a branded
lord.
opening if I've seen it, bro.
What
Yeah, bro.
the?
The upgrades.
That's crazy.
Yeah, bro.
That's beautiful. I didn't realize you had one like that. I probably did and just forgot about it. It's really nice.
Yeah. And then the other ones are Spanish. And then I got you, bro. I
Oh
got the
yeah.
QCR now.
The Quaerba.
Yeah. Yeah. Nah, grass is ridiculous, bro. I love every time they ash my like brand fusion and like there's just a way to get to grass. It's like, oh man. It like does so much more. And then like I'm playing all these different like branded spell and trap cards. So like and the 2 red is clutched. The 2 red, super good, man.
Is it?
Like
Yeah.
you just have so many options.
In my
Yeah.
opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then
no.
I just like Blazing Branded King. You set it off tragedy when you milligrade grass. Sometimes always remember you don't always have to use tragedy effect to like win the duel. A lot of people like have it in their mind. Oh, I have to resolve this tragedy because I pitched it to the graveyard or something. No, like just think out your plays and like remember you can like use Granule to send like Sorinir and then set with tragedy the spell and trap card that you need.
Yeah, that's a
Like
really good
for
point.
blazing. Yeah.
Blazing's really good too right now just because I like droplet too. Yeah, no, I really like that's something I gravitate towards too because I just kept getting droplet. Good. And wait, did you like the Sal's band though? Like I didn't really get you on that one.
I drew it one time. I called Dominus Impulse and he didn't have it in hand, but better safe than sorry, bro. Like I just one of those cards where like you hopefully your third eye guesses the card in their hand, bro. I think
Fair enough.
exchange is better though.
Yeah, you have me wanting to try that out, dude. Like it's the goo, I think. That card's actually super solid.
Yeah. That's the only reason why I think I got first place at the Bonanza tournament. The like, cause exchange was just there, bro. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, and then also too is like, off desires. Like you get more options in your hand, and you set like the good cards face down, and then you exchange, and then you just give them a branded and high spirits because it's the last card in hand, and then you rip something out of their hand like a hand trap. Just that's free real estate, bro.
Do you think Brandon's gonna be good next format, Yuri? I don't know how much research you've done into this format so far, but
I think so. If we're playing Chris, you better believe Brandon's gonna be good again, bro. Let's make Brandon great again, brother.
you love
I
to
I
hear it.
think it has potential because to be honest, like it's all these hand trap wars versus like because they're playing like 20 hand traps and stuff like that. All you have to do is just adjust your branded deck, like play Eclipse in your deck, play multiple shrouded with triple branded in red. So like you can just dodge like Imperm, Valor and stuff. Like branded like even in the OCG list, like they run Book of Eclipse in the main like as like a staple card.
Yeah,
Like
I've been
the
seeing that.
top, yeah. And oh my god, Eclipse was crazy, bro, because like it booked Caesar, bro. It booked Caesar. Like
Book Caesar,
that card's
yeah.
annoying.
What were your matchups
Yeah.
again?
I played the two Cash Fiendsmith decks, and then the one Melodious, and then the one Ritual Beast.
Wow, so you're just cooking meta there with the
Yeah,
Cash Fiendsmith. You love to see it.
yeah, love to see it. Yeah, Unicorn's one hell of a card though. That's the reason why I need to take out that Masquerade and play the second Jade.
Oh, that's mainly why it wasn't. It was just mainly Mass
Yeah,
Unicorn.
100%, dude. Like, Unicorn is a crazy card.
I wouldn't be surprised if the cash cart, like one of them, finally took a hit to one. Honestly, but
Please, bro. They should.
yeah.
And shout outs to the boy Papito Loquito, bro. People hate him, but he's legal.
I
Branded gimmick puppet.
I saw someone that he got ninth place. This guy in my Discord, he got ninth place with Puppet, without Puppet in a 46 card build, which I found to be pretty cool. Which shows like I think the deck actually
Yeah,
as
I
long as you
think
play the deck well, but like
yeah, Branded is one of those decks where like you don't need gimmick puppet to win, but it's there. Like your engine can beat most decks like by itself. Like one thing about Branded is like we have like so many tools. Like we have like Borrelord Furious Dragon. We have Rimbrum. Rimbrum was hard carrying me most of the time too. Cause it just like has so much pressure like it by itself like can out like Princess and stuff like that, or even out like Ritual Beast, like this is good. I like, but we'll keep cooking on the deck and we'll improve it. This is just a rough draft of what's to come.
yes, exactly. We're gonna have a lot for the post crossover breakers format, and I'm looking forward to cooking with you. I'm glad to see you come
Yeah,
back with strong
like
with these
maybe
lists.
maybe another option too is like remember the blast from the past, bro. This engine instead of exchange or something with drones, it would be viable, but like it would be the same thing as like the Azamina cards to like prevent brand fusion from getting negated. Phantom V Bell.
I think that
I,
version is
I
better
was
with
thinking
grass
that.
in theory.
Yeah, I was thinking that, but like we have to test it.
Yeah. And also thrones are kind of cheap. They're not cheap, but they're cheaper now. So,
Yeah,
um my grass is German. Oh, very nice. Yeah, no.
nice, brother.
German's one of my favorite.
Yeah,
My Santa.
Tikaboo won me versus Melodious. If I didn't have that card, I think I would have been cooked.
Really? Tika yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So even 60 card, you think Tikaboo is just worth it in that scenario because when you
Yeah,
see
it's
it,
just the Saki one of bro. I think that's like the only like card that like puts a halt to Tenpai. Like, shout out to my boy Chase, but I hopefully I open it versus every Tenpai player, and hopefully like if you side deck it, it's really strong. Even like versus like just Fiendsmith variants, bro. Like they can't go into their links. if they have engraver. Like it's crazy, and it's FTK versus Yubel.
While I have you, I guess Yuri, do you have? I mean, any last thoughts on the deck profile, or is that just?
Nah. One last thing. Brand's best deck, brother. As long as Sanctifier's alive, brother, this deck is gonna cook the meta, bro. It's just you have to be very patient and like learn from your mistakes. You know, if something doesn't work, just adapt and innovate. That's one thing that Branded can do so well, is it could just form itself into the meta.
100%. I think Branded actually a lot of people saw Impulse and I think they were jolted by that, but I think a lot of the time it's just, you know, recollecting and changing the formula and then, you know, applying it to the new meta and, you know, we're in a new meta coming up with Ryzeal and Malice, and I think that's a perfect opportunity for Brand to jump back in as a good pick. So, yeah, no, looking forward to it and thanks for coming on, Yuri, as always. Appreciate you, brother.
No worries, my blazing Branded King, brother.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.